Let's make jjajangmyeon. 2 onions, 2 potatoes, pork belly marinated in salt, pepper, and mirin. Add the onions and potatoes. Cut and add 1 medium zucchini, a little bit of cabbage. Cook for 8 minutes. Black bean paste. Oops, I should have added the oil before the black bean paste. Stir fry. Add about 1 cup of chicken broth or water, brown sugar, mirin. Give it a stir. Cornstarch slurry. Ooh, she said. Cook your noodles. Cheese. Enjoy.
If you've never had jjajangmyeon, then we need to have a serious talk because you're missing out. The sauce is savory and sweet, bringing a ton of umami over a bed of bouncy, chewy noodles. Start by slicing your pork belly into 1-inch chunks. I like big pieces because they're going to shrink down when they cook. Then cut your vegetables into slightly smaller but equal-sized pieces and set those aside. Next, brown your pork belly over medium-high heat and render out some of that fat. Then add your vegetables and saute to soften. Next, fry your black bean paste in the center of your pan for 2 minutes, then mix to combine. Add your water and simmer for 8 to 10 minutes over medium-low. Then add your final seasonings and simmer for another minute. Cook your noodles to al dente and immediately rinse with cold water to get them extra bouncy. Ladle over your sauce and enjoy.
I freaking love jjajangmyeon.
If you find yourself in Koreatown and craving black bean noodles, you must go to Jamon. This spot has been a staple in my life for the past 6 years. Maybe the only consistent thing in my life. There's many things to appreciate, like the small but straight to the point menu. Bonus for even having a vegan section. If you have a hard time deciding, the combo is great. It's a lot of food, but great even the next day. The food comes out almost immediately with the best service. If you're lucky, you'll even get a free magic show. While the noodles are the star, savory with almost a gravy consistency, the ensemble pickled veggies and dumplings help make it shine even more. I'm not gonna lie though, the showstopper for me is the tung-suyok, or sweet and sour pork. Super crispy. Even when it's soaked with the sauce, like this, and it gets kind of soft. Personally for me, as someone that loves different textures and flavors, combining everything together is key. Each bite gives me that extra boost of serotonin to make it through the week. So I recommend
Annyeonghaseyo, let's make jjajangmyeon. Start with pork and make it crispy. Like that. Drain the excess oil, put it back in. Vegetables, add your radish and then your potatoes. Mix it. Toss it. Add zucchini and onion and then toss it. Add 2 tablespoons of oil and then 1/4 cup of your black bean paste. This is what gives it that color. If you've seen any K-drama, they always eat jjajangmyeon. And trust me, the homemade version is so much better than the instant version. Cover and let simmer for 10 minutes. Time to make it thick. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/4 cup of water. After 10 minutes, gradually add your cornstarch slurry. And then it should look like that. Oh, drizzle on top with sesame oil. Noodle time. Salt into boiling water. Noodles in. Drain it onto cold water and mix it with your hand like an ajuma. Sauce on top. Sesame seeds on top. Netflix K-drama. Boom, now you know.
I don't know about you, but I'm really craving black bean noodles right now. So I wish I was at Hireidang in Coquitlam, BC. They have an amazing combo where you get jjajangmyeon, which is black bean noodles, and jampong, which is spicy seafood noodle soup. And it's honestly like the best of both worlds. So you get something like hearty and warm and comforting, go get it.
Today we're making jjajangmyeon. So first let's get the cutting out of the way. We're using half a cabbage, 1 carrot, 2 small potatoes and 3 whole onions today. That seems like a lot of onion, but jjajangmyeon is an onion heavy dish. We're also going to chop up about 800 grams of pork belly. And then we're all ready to cook. The most difficult part about this recipe is finding chunjang, which is a Korean black bean paste. They're probably only available at Korean marts. Then we're gonna fry the chunjang in scallion oil. This is a crucial step in getting the fragrance, and it's literally in the name. Jjajang is derived from 炸酱, which is what you're doing, deep frying the paste. Medium heat for about 10 minutes will do the trick. Now we're ready to put it all together, a little oil in the wok, and we're gonna give the pork belly some color. Next the carrots and potatoes, let them soften a little, followed by the onions and the cabbage. Realize the order is in how easily the ingredients cook. Once it looks a little like this, we mix in the chunjang, stir it in thoroughly, top up some water and let everything simmer for about 20 minutes or so. You should have something like this, and we're gonna finish it with a cornstarch slurry so that the sauce thickens up. You can also control the thickness of the sauce by reducing it further. Depending on your chunjang, you might also want to season with some salt, soya sauce or sugar to your liking. Quickly blanch some thick noodles, lay down on your sauce, and then we are done.
Don't yuck my yum.
One of my most requested recipes is definitely jjajangmyeon, which are Korean black bean noodles, and I'm going to show you how to make them just as good as the restaurants do. Pro tip number 1, score your pork belly. This is going to render out the fat more evenly. It's going to create a very tender pork, and it's also going to develop more flavor in the oils that we will be using to saute our onions, potatoes, zucchini, and cabbage. A common mistake I see when people are making jjajangmyeon at home is that they're not frying the black bean paste in enough oil or for enough time. You really need to fry it well to make sure it doesn't taste bitter. Season this with some ginger powder and black pepper, and then add some sugar to balance everything out. Second pro tip, use real beef broth. Trust me on this one, please use the natural stuff. Add a cornstarch slurry to thicken up the sauce to your liking, and if you really want to make it extra bomb, add some MSG. I recommend reducing the boiling time for your noodles by about a minute, and then to assemble, just add a little drizzle of sesame oil and garnish with cucumbers and sesame seeds.
When your dad brings home jjajang noodles at midnight, add the sauce. Mix.
Add some water to loosen up the nudes. Looks amazing!
Korean black bean noodles have a sweet and savory sauce, and the noodles are nice and chewy. You can use different combinations of protein and vegetables. I'm using pork shoulder, zucchini, onion, and cabbage. And thinly slice some cucumbers for a garnish. Cook your protein and add chopped green onions and garlic. Then add in your vegetables. Add 4 tablespoons of black bean paste and 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 1 cup of chicken stock. Make a slurry with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and water to thicken the sauce, and drizzle a little bit of sesame oil. Cook the noodles according to the package, and add the sauce and cucumber.
20-minute dinner for 21 days.
Slice up some pork belly, onion, potato, zucchini, and daikon today, but you can use any other vegetables you want, such as carrots and cabbage.
Saute the pork belly for 3 to 4 minutes.
Onion and potato, green onion.
Saute together for 1 to 2 minutes.
Zucchini and daikon
For another 1 to 2 minutes. Circle in the middle.
Some oil, Korean black bean paste.
Saute everything up together.
Water or chicken stock.
For 2 to 3 minutes.
Cornstarch and water mixture.
Mix together, and we're gonna serve it with your favorite noodle. Look at that.